1, 2.
No, I'm still talking.
Okay, you do it.
1, 2, 3.
Enter, rejoice, and log in. Enter, rejoice, and log in.
Today will be a joyful day.
Enter, rejoice, and log in.
We light this flame as a symbol of new life, enlightening our way. As a symbol of the warmth in every human heart, let the lighting of this flame rekindle in us the inner light of hope, of peace, of love. May we share that light with all people.
Good morning. I'm Lily Altman, a member of our Being a Teen, also known as BATS, youth program. Thank you for welcoming us into your home today. It is so good to be together, even when we have to be physically apart. If you are joining us from another UU congregation, welcome. If this is your first time visiting the fellowship, I want to extend to you a special welcome. I encourage you to reach out to us to find out more about our fellowship. If you would like to get connected, please email Marie Luna, our Director of Congregational Life, by sending her an email to the address that is in the chat box below. Today's service is being led and supported by our Being a Teen leaders, Ellen Bruce, David Dodd, Emily Peterson, and Marty Wheeler, our BATS mentors, Chester Benke, Wendy Baum, Cindy Duckert, Julie Handwerker, Ryan Looker, and Mark Maranaka, Kim Hartman, our Director of Religious Education, Steve Seek, our Music Director, and our wonderful musicians and singers, and Adam Robinson, who is our AV Tech, supporting all of our technology from his own home. Thank you to everyone who has made this morning's service possible. This year, we are focusing on growing resilience. We're digging into what it means to grow ourselves and our community to be sources of life, even when things get tough. BATS is a program for the high schoolers of the fellowship to give them the opportunity to delve deeper into the topics of self-exploration, help them form their faith identity, and covers topics such as sexuality and life skills. We're so glad you're here. I invite you to settle into your space, wherever you are, setting aside your week in whatever way you are able, so that we can be together fully, even from afar.
It is you.
Hi.
Hi, Nate.
I probably should change my on-screen name. My mom's just been using the internet a lot. Frankly, it's just getting a little bit outrageous, honestly. I think I need to have a talk with her. Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm just really glad that I can be a part of the service, that I can help out with the Wonder Box. You know, it's just really exciting. I have it right here.
Oh, great. Yeah, so Nate, you know what? I'm really glad that you're doing the Wonder Box today, because this is really one of my favorite parts about being a Unitarian Universalist. In fact, we take time each week to wonder because as Unitarian Universalists, we know that wondering is an important skill. And in fact, fostering a lifelong sense of curiosity is one of my favorite parts about being a Unitarian Universalist, it's because it allows me to continually learn and to change my mind as I learn.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's a really poetic way of saying it.
oh, thank you. Do you mind if I take a stab at what might be in there? Can I take a guess?
Of course not. It's really cool that you're going to wonder with me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. I think this is the credo service, and it's our youth credo service. So I'm thinking, maybe a poem or a journal.
I think those are very good guesses. I'm not sure exactly. Anyone watching, please type your answers into the chat box. I hope one of you types in pizza, as it's one of them probably the most important things in Unitarian Universalism, or at least the fellowship. Anyway, shall we open it up?
Sure.
All right,
Do
cool.
you want a drum roll?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And the big reveal is, you put something in here, right?
Yeah, there should be something in there. What do you got? Nothing? Nothing's in there?
Which pocket did you put it into?
I thought the big one. Not in there, huh? Oh. That's curious.
I mean, bag of tissues, or the tissue supposed to be the Wonder Box item?
No. I don't think so.
There it is. Sorry, took it out, put it in my put it in the Wonder closet.
A Wonder closet. Okay.
I'll go get it.
All right.
Anyway, here it is. This is a book from my childhood, Dweller's Book of Greek Myths. Loved reading this. Probably what started my journey into Greek myths, and why I got into Greek myths. It was super, super cool.
That's really cool, Nate. So I'm wondering why that's in the Wonder Box, though. What is it? Is it some kind of symbolism for something?
Well, that reminds me about a story. So, short time ago, and not too far from here. It was I don't know, a few miles that way. I have no idea, honestly. But there was a person, me. I was the type of kid. If you placed a book in front of me, I was going to read it. I love reading, love books, and I think probably Christmas, though maybe a birthday party, I received this lovely book. I'm not sure exactly when I received it or who I received it from, but I do remember that I read it about 30, 40 times, and I loved each reading of it. It was just super cool to learn about the mythology and all of the different deities and all of the different stories and all of the different heroes and villains and monsters and all that kind of stuff. Then I received a more modern adaptation of the Greek mythology, or the Greek canonical universe. Percy Jackson. I don't know if that rings a bell with you, but it follows a young demigod, Percy, in fact, about my age, who would be about my age, maybe a few years younger, but it follows all of his adventures. Read all the books of that, literally all the books, and loved it. Know all the lore. Super well done series. Great characters. Great plots. You name it. It's probably good in that respect. And I picked it up again, beginning of quarantine, because there was nothing to do, and I realized how much of a coming of age story it is with Percy. He finds out he's a demigod. He's going on a quest, multiple quests, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, cool.
Series, learning who he is, values, morals, all of his inner compass. And he's doing this while overcoming difficulties, challenges.
That is coming of age.
Yeah, definitely. Fighting for the greater good, saving the world. That's probably not part of coming of age, but most of the stuff is. And definitely I'm going through my own coming of age right now.
Yeah, it's true.
I started it a while ago, but I'm continuing along it, and
Hmm.
started high school learning what I want to do in life, and this is probably what started me on one of my major paths, had
Yeah.
close ties to a friend because of mythology. And then I got friends from that friend, and then I got friends from those friends, and it shaped my life. And it's a huge part of my life because it got me into reading in general and comprehensive reading. And I wrote a few short stories, and I like writing now. And, it's just super cool how one decision can change a lot of your life and how you're shaped.
Nate, that is so interesting. I'm really glad that you shared that. Thank you.
I'm really glad I have the opportunity to share it. But
Yeah.
probably from my experiences, I would say that coming of age is a point in all of our lives. And we're all continually learning, growing, getting new experiences, making new friends, trying out new stuff. And it's hard, but it's also extremely cool because, we all have our own sources and mentors to help guide our way through life. Everyone finds different ways that the sources, the mentors, and all of those kind of stuff guide them. And for me personally, Percy Jackson, Greek mythology in general, they're both really important guides in my own journey. I think that's just really cool.
Nate, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello, this is Ian Bruce, and this is a youth service reading. Curiosity and wonder is something that I believe is crucial to my understanding of the world. In the book, Encyclopedia of Things That Never Were, by Michael Page and Robert Inpin, shows the wonder that everybody has. I read the poem in the first paragraph in the book. There is a world just around the corner of your mind, where reality is an intruder and dreams come true. You may escape into it at will. You need no secret password, no magic wand or Aladdin's lamp. Only your own imagination and curiosity about things that never were. There are those who scoff at dreams and call them a waste of time. But dreams are as much of a part of you as the beating of your heart. The gift of dreaming, fantasizing, is precious because it expands one life into countless other lives. Like a myriad blossoms on a single branch. Those who cannot dream are to be pitied by those who can. They will never know the magic of slipping through from real time into dream time. Of seeing through dimensions after dimensions, unknown to our five senses. As though one curtain after another was drawn aside to reveal a passionate world of colors, deeds, achievements, and abilities. This is the Encyclopedia of Things That Never Were. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kim Hartman, Director of Religious Education at the Fellowship, and I am so glad that you have joined us for today's annual Youth Credo service. The word credo, as translated from Latin, means I believe or what I set my heart to. The credo service is an important ritual in Unitarian Universalism that marks one step on one's path to adulthood. Similar to a First Communion or Bar or Bat Mitzvah, it symbolizes one's growing maturity. Throughout our program year, youth participating in the mentoring or coming of age portion of our youth programs explore Unitarian Universalism, their values, their beliefs, and the various ways that these connect. Their personal credo statement represents the culmination of this year of self-discovery. This is also our very first Being a Teen service. This year, we piloted a new program for our youth called Being a Teen, or BATS. This 4-year program is designed to help our youth continue to form their UU faith identity, to do self-exploration, and consider how they wish to bring their UU values into their adult lives. Today's service is brought to you by all of the youth who attended BATS this year, and it is entirely created by them. You've done a wonderful job, young BATS, and we are proud of you. It's been a large undertaking to create this program, and I want to thank all of the volunteer staff who made this possible. Our BATS leaders, Alan Bruce, David Dodd, Emily Peterson, and Marty Wheeler worked diligently all year to bring our young people quality content. The youth who will be sharing their credos today worked one-on-one with a volunteer. These loving hearts are Chester Benke, Wendy Boehm, Cindy Duckert, Julie Handworker, Brian Looker, and Mark Marnaka. Finally, I want to give a shout out to our guest star, Tony Selzik, who taught all of us over Zoom how to make the most delicious, made-from-scratch biscuits on a cold and dark night in the middle of winter. Thank you for helping us to warm our kitchens and our souls, Tony. As Unitarian Universalists, our fourth principle calls us to the lifelong endeavor of a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, and the credos presented to us here today are the first public statements of faith that these young people will make. Today, we have the unique honor of receiving these very personal declarations of truth. Let's begin.
Hi, I'm Lily Altman, and I, like everyone, am constantly changing. This fact has always been something that I've simultaneously embraced and have had trouble with. Throughout my life, I've always been the mom friend, the reliable one, the one that others can always count on to care about them and be a constant in their life. So the fact that I'm always changing, that gave me trouble at first. If I'm not my friend's rock, they're constant, what am I? What am I if I can't be this for my friends, this title that I've always been given and happily accepted? As humans, most of us are scared of change, even if we aren't aware of it. We're scared of what we don't know and what could happen. Change, for most people, has a kind of negative connotation to it. But when we stop thinking of change as something negative and instead something positive, that's when we can start embracing change. You're probably going to laugh at me, but something I learned about in school really helped me grasp this concept for myself better. Last year, when I was taking biology, Darwinism and natural selection were big concepts that I needed to understand to pass. If you're not sure what Darwinism is, I don't blame you. It's not a very easy concept to grasp, but it's basically the thought that the traits of an organism that make it stronger will be passed down and adapted by more of the species, while traits that won't be. Plants, animals, and even humans are constantly evolving and changing, and as a human, so do I. In the past few years, I've explored my identity, my style, which I could only have done if I stopped viewing change as something to be feared. If you had told 8th grade me that in the future they would genuinely like wearing dresses, I probably would have laughed at you. We're all constantly changing. Our experiences, other people, everything causes us to change. When I was in kindergarten, my favorite book series was the Magic Treehouse books. The main concept of it is that two kids, a sister and her older brother, find a treehouse that whenever they go into it, they're transported into a different time period where they would have to go on various missions, like retrieving an item, helping somebody, and things like that, before they could return. These two would go everywhere together. I most vividly remember them visiting the moon and the pyramids, and I always liked how independent the two were and how easily they dealt with problems. But now I realize that they weren't super independent, they just weren't afraid of change. Whenever they were transported into a new time, they weren't frightened by the new things, they embraced it. They were always eager to help, and instead of being scared, they welcomed these opportunities to learn and experience new things. And I think that we could all benefit from being more like those kids, open to new experiences and embracing change. So, that's me. I'm changing. I always have, and I always will. For better and for worse, I'm changing. Who I was yesterday is different from who I am today, and who I will be tomorrow is different from who I'll be the day after that. So, I'll leave you with this one. Don't see change as a door closing. Sometimes it's a lot more fun just to open a window and jump into something that you've never done before.
True friendship is my friendship with you, where all our conversations feel so true. We laugh and laugh until we turn pink, and sometimes it makes me think, do I really know what true friendship is, or am I unsure like I am the questions on a quiz? I know that true friends will always have each other's back, and that nothing we say should be an act. I know that true friends can joke around with each other, even if I accidentally call you my mother. The one thing I am completely sure of is that true friendship is my friendship with you.
The race. Bane. The race begins with a burst. The runners sprint to be the first, changing and growing to be the best, even though they will never rest. They run down a path that never ends, just to be the first around the bend. The longer they run, the more they change. Some grow paws, some grow manes. Others grow feet and spring from the trees, and wings have appeared on the back of these. The humans were first around the bend. They gained knowledge and learned how to mend. Faster and smarter, they lead the pack, not even stopping for a small snack. They learn to event to maintain the lead, to grow and protect the things that they need. Sometimes they fight among each other before they realize that they are brothers. Together they grow and learn the race, just so that they can keep their pace. Soon they learn to lean on each other, to take what's down and bring it higher, to learn what it means to lend a hand, to help the fallen without need of command. Helping each other be their best, because that is the real test. Hand in hand, brothers and sisters, they help each other with their smallest whispers. They pass every hill and bump with ease. When one falls, they just say please. Faster and faster, they fly through time. Soon they come to a world that's yours and mine. The 21st century is where they seem to slow, even though time goes on the down low. We came into this world without a clue of the beauty of nature, of the different hues. But as fast as we came, we started to sprint, to catch up with the front, to give them a hint that we are the future of what is to be, that they are the past, that it is up to you and me. We are the future, it's our time to shine, to make a difference, to make everything fine. It is our job to pick up the slack of the ones before us that have started to lack. It is our job to grab the reins, to lead this race even when it starts to rain. We have to push through the pain and sorrow so that we can have a better tomorrow. We lead this race, the big and the small, a new generation to lead them all. Soon there will come a day where we fall down, unable to get up and continue the bound. We will slip out of the race and into a calm that is warm, like a hug from a mom. Some call it death, others call it a journey. I, for one, call it a place without worry. The world reclaims our spirit and body to use as building blocks for the things that go potty. When we are gone, the race will go on, led by the young that sing their own song. By Zachary Hanwicker.
Hi, I'm Adrian Seek, and this is my credo. I believe many things, different things sometimes. Usually, I believe we're all products of our environments and our experiences. Sometimes we just are a certain way, and usually that belief serves me. Usually, I believe we're all doing our best. Sometimes that's too hard, but most of the time I do. Usually, I don't believe in gods, deities, and the supernatural. Sometimes I want to, but I never believe it, and that's okay. I've never believed in an afterlife, but I've always thought it would be a comforting thing. I always believe I'm good. I always try to believe others are too, and that's the hardest thing to do. I will not have pages of everything I believe, because I am too opinionated, and especially ever-changing. But when I boil everything down, this is what I have.
Hey everybody, my name is Liam Spohr, and I'm really excited to share my credo with you today. What happens after you die? I've always wondered that in my head over the past years. My grandma isn't doing well, and I wonder what will happen or where she will go when she passes away. Will she go to heaven or hell? Will I see her in spirit when I die? Will she be reincarnated where her soul will go into another body? Will she be transmigrated into an animal or tree or flower? I don't know the answers, but these are my thoughts. I am agnostic, which means that there is always a possibility that I am open to the idea of different religions and gods and whatnot. I'm also a secular humanist, which means that I believe in human reason and ethics. There is a moral compass in my heart that points to the right answers. Now back to what happens to people when they die. I don't believe in heaven or hell, nor good or evil. So people in my mind don't go to a better place or worse place because there is no good or evil to begin with. Criminals or people with bad past experiences are not evil. They have past traumatizing experiences most of the time that makes them do bad things. I believe in reincarnation and transmigration. Reincarnation is when your soul goes to a different body when you die, specifically for humans and their souls. But transmigration is when your soul might also go into an animal or a tree or a bird or even a flower, anything that has a living soul. A wise man told me this really interesting story about when people die. After someone dies, they are put to a test. They are shown these horrible demons or pictures that are fake, and if the person thinks that these demons or pictures are real, they get reborn to learn more about their life, and then after they die, they get tested again. If that person said those pictures were fake, they get rewarded by ascending past the death plane. I love this story because it really speaks to me, and I think this makes a lot of sense. I also believe that when you die, you have unfinished business, so you would become a ghost to finish that said business. One of the big things in my belief is karma. Karma is a risky but also a rewarding act, or the world treating you one way or another. If you put good energy into the world and others, you get good in return. If you put negative energy into the world, negative things will happen in return, which no one wants. Is God real? This is a big question I get asked a lot from my friends that are Christian. I say, I'm not sure. No one knows. No one has proof. The Bible the Bible was made by humans, and it's not all true. I'm open to the possibility of God, though, as well as the Greek gods and the Roman gods and any other god or higher power. All of these higher powers could exist, and maybe they do, but unless there's solid proof of them, I just don't know. So I'm not sure what will happen to my grandmother when she passes away, but I know that she might get reincarnated or not come back at all, and that's okay. I don't know, and that's okay in you-ism. Thank you.
Sharing our individual joys and concerns helps us collectively to grow resilience. We invite you now to type into the chat box any personal news you might wish to share with our community so we can hold space with you as we worship. If you would like to connect further with Rev, Leah, or a care team member, please let her know directly. You can still submit joys and concerns on our website or by emailing Rev or Lee or any staff member to be included in our weekly email. Let us breathe into the shared silence and then join song response.
And we believe in life and in the strength of love, and we have found a need to be together. We have our hearts to give, we have our thoughts to receive, and we believe that sharing is an answer.
This month, we're focusing on flourishing. And so now as we take part in our morning offering, it is a time to imagine a flourishing of generosity. What would that flourishing look like? What would it feel like? What would it mean to have abundance in spirit and in resources? We invite you into that contemplation of flourishing and invite you to make it real. We know that there are always those among us who are in need. We are here to help. It is why we exist as a fellowship, to be here for you when you need us. Please don't hesitate to reach out to Reverend Christina, Reverend Leah, or Allie if you are in need of financial or emotional support, so we can offer help. We want to also honor that there are those among us with resources to share and abundance to offer. Our community is gathering virtually, but our expenses are real. If you have never donated to the fellowship or haven't in a while, please do so that our ministries might be able to continue to flourish for the months and years to come. As you hear these words of Marty and Doug Wheeler, think about why you are part of the fellowship and why you give. And then, please do. Thank you.
Hello, I am Marty Wheeler.
And I'm Doug Wheeler.
And here are two of the many reasons why we have been and continue to be a part of the fellowship.
It is both a good theological fit for my belief structure, and it is a community of good people that I enjoy being part of. Over the years, the fellowship, through both giving and receiving, has nurtured myself and my family in many ways.
The fellowship gives me hope for our future. While we may not always get it right, we do continue to learn and grow, showing people can work together to support one another and to help make our world better.
As we extinguish this flame, let us go our ways with hope in our hearts, with our spirits renewed, and a deeper understanding of life's mystery. Let us carry the light of compassion and commitment to build a better world.
After our closing words, we will be having small breakout groups for conversation. In a moment, you will hear a short postlude song. If you do not want to participate in any small group conversation, then please use that postlude music time to log off and leave this Zoom meeting. If you choose to stay, you can be invited to choose your own breakout group on Zoom. One option will be for newcomers to join our Director of Congregational Life, Marie Luna, in a special newcomer group. Another option is to join someone from our care team if you would like to share more personally and deeply about whatever is on your heart. Finally, there will be separate groups for you to talk with the youth who wrote credos. Congratulate them on arriving on this special day and talk with them about their credos. To allow a chance to visit each credo group, we're going to have multiple chances for short conversation instead of one long one like we usually do. After about 5 minutes, we'll bring everyone back to the large group and give you another chance to choose a different group. We'll do that a few times. If you have any trouble selecting your group, please stay here and we'll do our best to help you in a moment.
Hi, I'm Lily Mae Brown, and I and the rest of the youth are so happy that you were able to join us today. Our wish for you is to go in resilience, growing in strength, go in flourishing, opening up to beauty and joy, go in peace, knowing we embrace each other, even now, from a distance.